that's definitely, you know, I relate so much to what you just said because it's like, um, so long as I'm getting out every day and doing something, because of my MS and the fatigue or whatever, sometimes maybe I'm just too tired after work some days. After being on my feet all day at work, I don't really feel like running, but I got to keep my streak alive, so I make sure and get out there and speed walk at least a mile to keep
And
it alive.
once you get out, you don't want to get out, but when you get out, you're so glad you did. The hardest
Yeah,
thing is going out, opening up the door and going out. Of course, living up in Washington, you have the problem with the rain, and sometimes you go out and it's raining. Like, do I really want to go out? Once you go out, you're so glad you went out. Once you get back, you're so glad you did it. That too.
yeah, definitely. Always glad, you know, no matter how unglad I am before I go out, I'm definitely glad when I get back.
And I think the key is to never take your running and your health for granted. And I learned that in the hospital. God sometimes puts things in our way where we have no choice that we can't run. So never take your running and life for granted. You never know what's going to happen tomorrow.
You know, always that's never take it for granted, and I'm always working toward better health, bettering myself, and and it's like something else you said there about having fun. If it wasn't fun, basically, why would you be doing it? And it's
Yeah.
like, it's like I was thinking about that this morning. Today, I'm celebrating 24 years or 29 years clean and sober, and it's like if it wasn't not necessarily if it wasn't fun, but yeah, if it wasn't fun, if it didn't add to my life, I wouldn't still be at it. You know,
Well, congrats
and
on your streak. That takes more discipline, I think, than running every day is staying sober.
oh,
'Cause
thank you.
it's so tempting to go back and you just got to be with the right type of people and right type of group to continue to keep on keeping on.
Yeah, and it's the same thing with sort of the same, almost the same thing with running. It's just like, well, it is the same in that respect. If it wasn't fun, I wouldn't still be doing it.
Yeah.
And it just adds to my life. Um,
It's a motivation that keeps you going every day. You feel so much better once you do it.
yeah,
Whether it's
definitely.
hiking, walking, or doing something, you feel so much better after you do it. It's like eating a big meal. You eat a big meal and you're so glad you eat it, but then sometimes it's overdo it. You pay the consequence. Same thing with running. If you overdo it, you're going to pay the consequence.
Yeah, definitely. Gotta make sure not to overdo it. And some days when I'm out there running, I think of that. When I'm out there and I have like 5 miles done, and I'm like, yeah, let's keep going. I feel like keep going, and then it's like get a minor pain in my hamstring or something like that. Just a minor pain somewhere, and it's like, oh nope, I better quit here so I can keep on running tomorrow.
It's like people who go skiing and stuff. Just one more ski run, and I'll be done. Well, they end up falling and breaking something. I should have quit before I did that. So it's you just got to be smart.
Yeah,
And I think the older you get, the smarter I am. When I came back out of the hospital, I didn't push it too much. Of course, my wife said I should just stop and not start at the streak. I mean, I started doing 1 or 2 miles. I was just very patient coming back. Now I'm running about 45, 50 miles every week,
okay.
which is a far cry. I've run over, as of this morning, I've run 215,335 miles.
Oh my gosh.
And I became the first streaker to hit 200,000 miles during the running streak. That was 2 years ago here in Phoenix.
Oh my gosh. That's I would say that's unfathomable, but that's quite amazing.
It's a little more than 8 times around the world.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Super streaker.
Yeah.
Um, right on. Well, hey Craig, I want to thank you so very much for coming on my show this morning, and I'm grateful you were able to log on there. And
No, I got the text. I was honored to even be considered about that. So I think I appreciate this interview more than you really even realize as well.
Right on. Well, yeah, it's like, that's the premise of my show here is making positivity and gratitude louder in a podcast world. And it's like, adding positivity, adding value. And, you've added value to my life. So, I figured, hey, let's bring Craig on, and maybe he can add some value to other people's lives.
Well, I think my goal is to just influence at least one person every day in a positive manner. I think that's important to put our positive post on. Everybody else, like the same thing with MS. You can see another person has MS and encourage them. That makes it all worthwhile.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Well, yeah, and I know we probably got a few minutes. We could, come up with something, but I want to make sure and let you get out of here so you can make it to church on time.
Yeah, I sent a text to one of the ushers at church. I said, I may be late. I said, I've got a phone interview for until about 10 to 10. So I've got like 5 or 6 more minutes if we have to get redressed and then head out to church then. So I don't want to rush it. Anything else you want to add? Just, I got a few minutes still. Don't hesitate to ask anything more than well.
Yeah. Let's see. No, I think I pretty much covered everything that I wanted to cover. I asked all the questions I wanted to ask. And just to make sure, or just to recap, how many days are you at now on your streak?
287.
287.
Yeah.
Right on. All right. Cool. Well, keep on running and keep on streaking.
Okay. Well, thanks so much. But, send me the link to the podcast when you get a chance to. I'd like to send it out on Facebook. Some of my friends will do that.
Oh yeah, definitely. When I get it put on my YouTube, I'll give you the link.
Okay.
Definitely. Right on. Well, hey, you take care, Craig, and you and Irene have a phenomenal day.
I will too, and you enjoy it, and keep in touch. And Shane, looking forward to having you come down and tell Bina hi for me to talk to you as well then too.
Okay. Well, you take care, and we'll talk to you later.
Okay. Thanks, Shane.
All right. Thanks, Craig.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, and like that, that was Craig Davidson, the guy who inspired me to start my running streak. Where am I at here? Just a second. Let me see here. 974 days ago, started this streak with a friend of mine, and for a month, and you all know the story. Got toward the end of the month, and decided, hey, Craig's been doing his run streak for 40-some years, 42 or 43 years now. I think I'll just keep on running forever, and since I feel so much better because, with my multiple sclerosis and all that, so I just kept on running, and so did my friend Courtney, that I started that month-long streak with, and we're still running and still running strong. And it's just like positive, for me, it's all about positivity, gratitude, good vibes, positive vibes, exercise, fitness, anything I can do to add to my life, to add to others' lives, is a good thing, so far as positivity goes. And that's why that's why I, do what I do. So far as my running, it just makes me feel so much better physically and emotionally and spiritually, and it just adds to my life. And so that's why I'm so big on running, and I just love being able to talk about running with others, and hopefully, like this morning show, talking with Craig, hopefully that adds positivity and value to, others' lives. It adds it to your life. And yeah, it's just like amazing that, uh, that we can, you know, do these things and keep running forever. Uh, and like like Craig and I could agree on, it's not like running super fast, super long distances all the time. It's just keep on running every day. Maybe slowly jog if you don't really feel like running fast, or even walk. And just movement, getting out there, doing something. What the running term is LSD, long slow distance. Just run slow and go far. You can run forever if you take it easy. Um, yeah, and you know, yeah, and um, it's like yesterday. I probably could have gone out and run a few miles afterwards, or even beforehand. I thought about it beforehand, but what I ended up doing was I met a friend over here at Point Defiance Park here in Tacoma, and we we hiked, or we ended up walking, just walking on 5 Mile Drive. We were going to hike the trails, but they were like really packed, so we just walked 5 Mile Drive, and a little extra because we took off on a couple little short side jogs. But yeah, it's like getting out there and walking 5 miles, or even walking a mile. That counts for something, and it's all about getting out there and doing something, consistently. Like this, like I was just talking to someone this morning about me doing this radio show, my podcast, which is now a radio show. Ever since I started here at the station in April, it's consistent. Every Sunday, I'm here at the station, or that one Sunday I was in Carson City, Nevada, but I did my show remote over Facebook Live. It worked out. Technology came in very handy that morning. Um, for those of you who didn't see, I was doing my show. I did my show live while I was sitting in front of the Nevada State History Museum in Carson City, Nevada, and that was just so awesome to be able to do that. Do it remotely like that. Uh, but it's all about consistency. Um, so far as my being clean and sober, I've been clean and sober now for 10,593 days, if you count it by the day. And that's, consistency every day. Just, nope, not going to do it today. And not going to pick up. Um, and this like running, this run streak, it's just like consistently saying every day, okay, I got to get out and do this. I got to go do it. And it's not like I got to or have to. It's like I get to. I get to go do it. I'm being grateful about it. Um, and it's just like life. If, as you see in my posts on Instagram, if you watch my posts on Instagram and Facebook, um, that's the premise there. I'm